I feel like this is a good session. It might be a good venting session here real quick. And feel free to skip this and get right to the interview if you're not interested in it, people. But the people just left today or just now. It's 10:15, 10:25 now.
Yeah.
And Josh got a new HVAC system. Is that right? Is that what it is? Just the whole system replaced?
The whole thing.
So it cost more than his house. And so he's doubling down. And that's a modern problem.
It hurts.
And Josh is a modern man, so he provided a modern solution. Money. But right now, it doesn't feel like the most fun purchase, so let's just hear what do you have to say about it? What are you thinking?
There's so much you want to spend money on. It's just it's how it goes.
Yeah, but live for the moment.
Yeah.
So my thing maybe would be this is like how everybody who like when you have a sore throat,
Okay.
and you're like, dang, I can't believe I didn't appreciate it when I didn't have a sore throat. It was so nice. So maybe this will help you whenever you wake up at 3 a.m. to take a leak and you get out of bed and you're like, oh, it's chilly in here. It's such a nice sleeping environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can remember the 2 middle-aged men who spent an entire Saturday replacing your $1 million HVAC system. And, you'll be like, you know what? This moment, this is nice. So maybe a moment at a time. Maybe that's the game plan.
That's true.
So yeah, it's a win-win, really.
Yeah.
You have less money.
I'm glad we talked about this.
Yeah, and AC, which honestly though, dude, one time my AC went out and it was kind of hilarious what was wrong with it. The guy came through and he's like, oh yeah, and he just put an air compressor in this tube and it just like blew out some stuff. And he's like, okay, you're good. But anyways, the AC went out at my house I don't know, a couple years ago, and it was like in the summertime, and it was literally 98 degrees in my house, and I was like trying to sleep, and I was like, this is the worst thing. It must have been like 102 outside or something, but it was very close to it. It was literally 98, and I was just like laying there in the middle of the night on top of my sheets, just like, this is horrible. So, at least you fixed it. It's all good. You're not going to have to deal with any of that, and everybody who's listening to this can attest that it's only a matter of time before this podcast goes absolutely bonkers and we get some sort of Spotify Dax Shepard-esque deal where it's very lucrative and you could buy many AC systems.
Several.
Based upon this banter and conversations with the fine people in Spitz.
A perfect segue.
They're taking us to the top.
And they had air conditioning. I remember that vividly when we went to their place.
They did. Air conditioning and 2 cats. Pablo and Francisco. I don't remember their names, but it was something along those lines. No, it was they were named after...
Do you remember?
They were named after Kurt Cobain's kid, I think. So it might have literally been Bean and Francis. I think it was something like that. If I'm messing it up and Die Spitzers, or if you're listening to this and you run the Die Spitz Reddit,
the Spitz
heads,
like,
that's not that. I'm sorry, but they're friendly cats, and it was tied into Nirvana somehow. It's just interesting listening to them, listening to their music, hearing them say, how they feel about their music and how it's perceived, and people kind of take it as a little maybe put them in a box that they don't really feel like they are in that box, just having that conversation with them. I don't know if we talked about it on the mic or not, but and then them talking about where their actual influences lie. It's interesting and makes me listen a little differently. But regardless of where your headspace is, if you're listening to that band, especially seeing them live, you're probably going to have fun, Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to say before we jump into this? They invited us into their luxurious living room / rehearsal space. It's always nice to walk into a living room that has a drum kit just in it all the time. It's just there's something right about that, It feels good. Nice energy in there. And yeah, it was a good conversation. We had fun. Honestly, it was the most off the rails conversation.
Yeah, I like the vibe of it. It's a different vibe than I think we've had for any episode so far.
Yeah, this is the most fun / funny interview that I've had the pleasure of, I guess, listening to while we edit, because it's just funny. They're funny. They're all funny. So that was fun. Genuinely funny people.
And they're great live. It's just a fun, energetic performance. So if you get a chance to catch them live, do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
They've won over Austin, you know? They have won over Austin. They're in the process of winning over, I'm sure, legions of, you know, fans with the people that they're touring with. They just also announced that they're playing ACL Fest, and so that's cool. So anyways, we're at the tip of the iceberg with Die Spitz. We'll see what happens, but we're thinking promising stuff from these. I don't know what that voice was. Anyways, before I embarrass myself even further, I feel like we should just like get to the interview because, you know, I'm dragging it out. I'm making it weird, you know, and I know that that's going to go through and people are going to be like, this is weird already. Why am I listening to this? I feel weird.
I think it's perfect. 3, 2, 1, go. What do they call it? It was actually not there yet, but they started calling people during COVID. And that was actually nice. The quality wasn't great. It's nice. What's up?
Hearing a clock?
Huh?
There's not a clock.
You're crazy.
I'm about to die?
Hearing a clock?
No, I'm not hearing one. I'm just looking for one.
Oh, we jumped to the...
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna scare me like that.
A clock and
Yeah, it's okay.
So long.
Oh, whenever are you guys ready? Sorry, you guys probably been ready for like an hour. Should be going. Josh?
Yeah, we couldn't
Hit us
find your
off.
house, so we were late. For that, on air, we're apologizing.
We forgive you.
What is this, like a quads situation? There's
yeah, it's
some.
a quadplex.
Yeah. Okay. Very.
Our neighbors
college.
are cool.
Yeah, it is impressive that you guys can have a studio in a quad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gave up the dining room to have this. So we eat on the floor.
Mm-hmm. I did read somewhere though that you guys were starting in a garage, right? I heard you were socially distancing in a garage, and that was kind of the joke. Okay. So, you guys, is that when you really became like Die Spitz, like a band? Is like when you guys during the pandemic, or had you already been a band before that?
It was more of a concept before we met Chloe about a year ago,
Okay.
a little over a year ago.
Yeah, we just made it in high school because we thought it was funny. We were like, this will be, we can spend time with each other.
Yeah.
Playing in a garage.
Before we go to college.
Yeah.
Right. So you did really play together.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really, really bad though.
It was terrible. Me and her had played like a little bit of drums and guitar when we were like younger. Then we stopped playing, and then we like picked it up again, kind of. So we were like, eh. And then she had just picked up bass, so it was like we were ass, like
But none of
literal
us had like
ass.
written
Yeah.
a song in our life.
It was really bad.
Well, that kind of answers my question because, like, I thought during the pandemic, the way I understood it was that you guys kind of formed then, and I was wondering, like, how did you guys not form a band before that? Because you obviously love music, and
Well, that's
you
just
were
what-
friends for a
yeah.
long time.
That's why we were friends, because we met her in like middle school.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but she was like the only one, also had good music taste. It's kind of
Right.
like instant click,
Yeah. I wonder about that because I know you came like later to the party, but you guys, do you feel like the Die Spitz thing, even though you guys like switch instruments and things, do you think the chemistry is there because you guys have been friends so long?
It definitely helps, yeah. For us, but Chloe just felt like fucking.
Chloe's just like
Yeah.
that. Classic Chloe.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
What did you think when you first jumped in? Were they like accepting right away, or were you getting
No,
like
I mean,
weird vibes?
I think
It's the opposite.
Boogie's right. It was like a puzzle piece.
But
She
we,
fit in
we
like a
didn't
finger
know
in a
that we
skull.
wanted. She didn't know that we wanted her to be a part of our band permanently,
Mhm.
and vice versa. Wait, no,
Yeah.
not vice versa.
Well-
but we
Yeah, jury's
there
still
was a
out, honestly.
moment after several gigs where we asked her to like actually join. the
Well,
band.
yeah, she
No,
used to.
It was before our first gig.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, we had
I don't
practiced
know.
only. Come on,
I'm
you-
sorry.
I was still
I'm
unsure.
sorry.
No, so we had They asked me to
Lies.
fill in on drums. I guess before their first gig, so Ava could play guitar and sing. So I was like, yeah, for sure. And then after maybe like our second or third practice, I was like watching them play. They're like, "Do you want to watch our other like songs, like the rest of our set?" And I was like, really, really like, "Oh my god, I really want to be in this band. Like, I'm really sad. It's a temporary thing." And I expressed that to them, and then they all kind of looked at each other, and then asked me like,
We've been talking about
Yeah,
it.
me
We were
and
saying we
Ava
had to be
were
really
like-
nice.
Yeah, we were like, we want someone who can play fucking keys, can sing, play drums, and she even like picked like obviously she plays guitar in some
And
songs,
it's hot
but can pick
and
up
young
guitar.
and funny.
A young hot broad, great tits. I mean, just there. Sorry, that was a little too far. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it worked.
That
out
was the
really
Craigslist
well.
ad.
It's true. It's true.
And I didn't have to deal with like, you know, like I don't know, there was no misunderstandings. It was all like I kind of felt like I got them.
Wait,
She's
tell
a
them about the
godsend.
first couple like month or like 2 months of you playing shows with us, where you literally come on for like 3 songs.
So I'd only play like a few songs for like the first like maybe like 6 or 7 gigs.
Okay.
And after a while I was like, hey, I really would like to be on the whole
No,
set.
we play for like half a set and then be like, and now Chloe's coming up. Everyone's like, what the?
Yeah, and so I was
so
just-
bad.
I was like, you know, I think the reason why I brought it up was because we were recording songs that I didn't play on.
Okay.
So I'd go to the studio and I'd sit there and I'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. That's it. Yeah, it was like I was like a half fan, half bandmate, and you never want to be in that like friend zone.
Right. That's how it
That's a
felt.
good point.
But
Was there any like other cycling in and out of any other band members ever? Or anything?
No, we were
Never.
like, this is gonna take so long to find this like perfect match that we were like,
Yeah.
oh wait.
Before we found
She's-
Chloe, we were gonna have this guy that we went to school with come play drums for us. But then
cannot
thank
play
God,
drums.
cut his fingers open. So
Wait,
yeah, thank God.
God did that for us.
No, he
did.
He split his finger, but like 2 weeks before we were supposed to have our first gig, and he was like, "Sorry, I can't play your show." And we were like, "Oh no, we need to find someone else." Yeah.
Chloe wasn't a
Okay.
godsend; she was a Molly send. Our friend Molly.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
us
I
borrow
used to
her.
be in this band called Sludge,
Mm-hmm.
and Molly was the singer for that band, and she connected all of us together.
But Molly send, God send.
Molly
there
has
isn't
done
much of a difference.
wonders for my life.
She was our
that's
first fan ever,
Shout out
That's
Molly.
but also now our best friend, obviously. But yeah, she's great, the best. We wouldn't be a band without her. So
Sounds cool.
Love Mom.
And she plays in Sludge, you said?
Mm-hmm.
she
Oh, okay,
sings
cool.
and plays guitar, I think.
Was there like,
Amazing.
you talked about, well, you said earlier that you guys sucked initially,
Yeah,
which
We
like
still
I guess
suck.
everybody does. Okay.
yeah.
Was there
in
like a
some
moment?
way, you know.
Was there a moment though when you were
Comparatively,
like
we're
writing or like playing where you're like, oh, this is what we should do? Like it
Yeah.
almost felt like.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember that?
I think our song Evangeline might have been like the first one that we were like, oh, this actually sounds kind of good.
There were some honky tonk ass songs in the beginning. It was
Our music
There
was
was all
so
over the
slow,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we still had the same like energy.
and it was like the
No
same
need.
energy. We were like jumping around, but like
Missed
fucking
you on my parents' door. Yeah, it was really bad.
stomping and clapping.
I was really, really confused because those were like the songs they asked me to play on, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And
Like,
they still like dress up
super
like
punk.
punks for our
yeah, no, they were
shows.
like super
Like,
punk, and then
Well, we were a big fan of the Pixies, so I think it was like kind of like the Pixies influence trying to come in.
like it,
But we
it
weren't
didn't-
talented, so it didn't translate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was the first show you guys played?
Hole in the wall.
Oh,
The
really?
renowned magazine.
Yeah.
Release.
1 year ago. We did
January
play-
21st. It's
Yeah.
right up there, the renowned one. January
okay.
21st, 2022.
We brought a whole PA, a whole drum kit.
You brought a PA?
We didn't know what to
any better.
expect.
We got
We paid
microphones,
like
mic
3
stands.
cars. It was hilarious.
That must be so cool for the hole in the wall dude you were talking about earlier to
Yeah.
like see your trajectory or like see what kind of year you've had.
Well, we had our album release there for Teeth, and
Uh-huh.
we sold it out like past capacity and made them the most money they made in like 3 years. And
Wow.
yeah, so it was kind of cool, like the difference. Oh wait, is that a secret?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if
Sorry.
I
But
do
going
that.
from like honky tonk punk to that is just finding your identity, I guess, in the
were you
last
guys
year.
playing-
Yeah.
So in your first gig, you were playing like that kind of stuff.
And we'd met Chloe about a week and a half beforehand.
Okay.
Wow. You slid right in.
What was the reception like? Do you remember? Like,
right
did you
in.
care?
What?
What was the reception like? Was there like people that were into it? And
Yeah.
yeah,
I expected
just
it
in
to
the-
be
We
just
were-
a room with
Yeah.
people we knew.
Yeah.
They said
Very little people.
that our first show ever was the most glasses broken during a set in Hole in the Wall history. 'Cause people were just like moshing.
Yeah, and then the second show we played ever, I don't know how we got booked for this, but we played Hotel Vegas, and she asked us to play South by like literally after that set, and then I don't think you understand, like we were horrible, like I'm like genuinely think that it was like luck or something, or people just had like
There's
some
some
sort
imposter
of,
syndrome happening,
Yeah.
especially back
or like they had
then,
never just
looking back
seen
at it.
girls. I'm sorry, we don't like to be called girls because we're young men in our prime, but girls like rock that hard, like they just never seen it, and they were
Yeah.
like, so they must be good, and I'm like, God damn it.
I don't
But
think
yeah.
it was luck. I think it was the chemistry, which has
No,
like
yeah.
helped us through this whole
I'm
thing.
kinda joking
because
Yeah.
I'm not
but-
saying we suck now, but I think we'll probably think that we'll suck now in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's that bond.
Yeah, that's also get into because like it's awesome you guys grew up together.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was like Conan or somebody. I just heard the other day was like we're such good friends and we have each other's memories. Like we've grown up so together and we've formed our music taste together. And so there's something really like magical about that. Like we've been friends since 4th grade, and so we've done every genre a little bit, you know, just trying to find
Yeah.
our sound. And then you coming in though too, like I have like two of our closest friends, we just met in college, and it was just that instant connection. So that's really special too. And you don't really realize how special it is till you go out into the world and you realize how many people you don't have any connection with.
Yeah.
Really.
I think I was kind of joking when I said it was luck, because I think we just have a certain sort of like rawness that people can like see and be like, whoa, it's so cool. Like
Yeah.
they
I
just
felt
like
it at your
music and
concert.
they can feel it,
Yeah.
and like that's
I feel like
yeah.
us being bad at first was kind of part of the draw because they were like,
Yeah.
oh, they're like not that
Charming.
good, but they don't really care. They're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
You guys do look like
definitely.
you're having a blast at your show.
Yeah.
We are.
At the good ones. We do.
Now even we played a show where there was like only German speaking people there, and there was like 15 people there, and like
And
a baby. And we had like it was like the most fun we had a gig in a while. Like yeah.
Where was the gig? Like I'm
It's the German museum. And they gave us the entire inside of the museum as a green room.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
What's the story with that?
I,
Just
at
like-
that
right
point, had
behind
never seen
Mohawk.
Chloe been more excited for a
It
gig.
was so much fun.
It was
I
hilarious.
don't know. The German people were so just I
Yeah.
needed their approval, and getting their like very mundane amount of approval
There was a
nice.
stairwell too, so I could pull some like Eddie Vedder shit and like climb up it for no one, you know. It was awesome.
And that's when we started the wrestling after gigs.
yeah.
Oh really?
For no one. It was silent.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
It was just this sweet, sweet sound of feedback and silence.
It was awesome.
Just
Yeah.
started wrestling each other.
German
I
laughter.
hit Kate so hard on the head. With
I
my
forgot how to
guitar.
speak Spanish after she hit me with her guitar at that show.
Was it at the?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so you guys were playing a show
Mostly
at a
the time.
German museum, and the only people that were there at the German museum were German-speaking
say.
people. Where is the German museum?
Well, it's a German school. It's next to the Mohawk. It's like
Which we had played the night before.
Right behind the Mohawk, and we had a radius
Yeah.
clause, but we were playing like 15 feet from the stage we played the night before.
It's before we had Aaron.
I think I had so much fun is because they thought we were a German band because of our name.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to just confuse them
That's sweet.
So did they reach out to you? How'd you guys
Yeah.
even get that gig?
because we were.
They
called
reached out to
Spitz.
us.
Right, so they reached
The
out to you
other
because
band when we got there was singing in German.
It
We
was a-
pulled up
they had
like,
German techno music that I still listen to this day.
Welcome. Dankeschön.
That's
Yeah.
so great.
Scheiße.
Someone wasn't fully doing their job. That's so
Or
funny.
they were doing exactly their job, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I
No,
think it
okay,
sounds
German
great.
people love hard rock though, so like
They like
Yeah,
they
that's
probably
true.
do like it, yeah.
They were all just like standing there holding their beers and tapping one foot. And I was like, I think it's working, guys.
Yeah.
This is as good as it gets. Yeah. And that was pre having a manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used
We
to
had,
double book our stuff.
Oh God, we
Break every radius clause. We didn't know what that was.
didn't make like we were like starting to gain some traction. We'd still be playing shows for like nothing. And we'd be like, yeah, we'll play this show for $50. I'm like, we have about like 3,000 followers. Like we can probably get somewhere or whatever, you know. But yeah.
So you guys think you mentioned followers, and I'm just curious about this because I have no idea what the fuck how to like metric this. So like judging by like followers and like across different social medias and stuff like that, like what does it translate to or whatever? Like is that how you secure solid gigs?
No,
Yeah,
I think
no.
it's more listeners.
No,
Is
it's
it
the
like-
opposite because we
yeah,
play
it
with
depends.
bands that have had more listeners than the other, but like the band we just opened for in LA, and they can't play the same shows because they don't have the same sort of live audience that you get through social media. Like they'll like follow you on social media because they're like, whoa, this was such a cool show.
Yeah.
I want to see them again. Not
Right,
just I
right.
love their music. They don't have that live presence. I'm not gonna go to their shit live. Like you know,
Right.
you gotta have like a presence in that way for people to want to see you live.
Sadly,
I think.
social
Yeah.
media matters a lot
Yeah.
in the music world these days.
Did you see it like directly translate? Like you say you have like 400
Yeah.
followers and all of a sudden you have like 1,000. There's more people at your gigs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like
And the other way around too.
yeah.
Yeah.
How you can know you've had a good show. Honestly, that's the way it translates.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
It's
like,
like you
we'll go-
play and then
Yeah.
like
in.
how many people?
Yeah.
It's
you
also
won
like-
them over, not.
We've gotten booked like our biggest shows through Instagram, like direct messages too. So like it is important. To have
Really?
it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Wow.
This is true.
Well, you guys are due to TikTok legends, and I think it's important
no.
to
Never did
throw it
We
out
have
there.
TikTok.
We literally don't have
We're
TikTok.
denying that till
You're
the day we die.
crazy. Is that even your
Stop
name?
talking about things we don't know anything about.
Watch your mouth.
Joshua.
Scared the cat.
That's so interesting because you guys like it's just such a I don't know fast. It's fast, you know, like as far as like there's so many bands around here that have just like played here forever and it's like no traction at all. And then like you guys being able to like see it and like,
Yeah.
understand what matters or whatever. That's just cool. I feel like because I don't know what matters. Shit, we play in bands. We were just talking about this today, and we were like, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Does it matter? And I guess it all matters.
It's also, I guess it just depends too, because you can be on like a hardcore punk band and not have a social media, and people will still come to your shit because they can, whatever. It's like a scene that they'll find you
Not
in.
really in
but
Austin.
not in Austin. And that's great that there comes an end to it, you know? So it's like if you want to sustain a future, you got to do some things that maybe you don't want to.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been balls deep in this for a while.
A whole year.
We've waited
We're
a
so
whole year for
done.
this.
Let's talk.
kind of
Let's talk about the
recognition.
year you've had because it has been crazy, right? Like, what's your yeah? What's your reaction to the reaction?
Well, I dropped out of school.
Right, that's a big deal.
Huge deal.
Uh huh.
I was such a nerd, like a huge nerd,
Yeah.
and our year was crazy enough that I dropped out.
I
What was
just got
your-
fired
awesome.
because my boss thought that we were gonna get too big for me to stay, but I was like, this does not pay me. I'm not getting money from this. I need this job.
Dang.
But I still got the goats, so
Yeah. All right, so you work at a goat farm. Let's just jump into it, right?
I taught Stephen Og Trevor from GTA how to milk a goat teat while we were in LA.
Ava talked to him for about an
He
hour.
was really interested in
loved
the
Ava.
goat teat. He's great.
He was nice,
He
yeah.
gave me a lot of good advice, life advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had a TikTok, I think that would be a worthy TikTok. How to milk a goat.
Yeah.
If you had.
No, they think it's like this. They think they like pull. You don't pull on it. You go like this. It's like.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing we're videoing this.
Seems more.
Yeah. And it does straight on it.
Can we just do ASMR for the rest of
Yeah.
this?
Hey,
Cat wants his matcha so bad.
we also had the guitarist from Green Day, and he gave us some guitar picks and said we were really good.
You met him? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he was at the
He gave
after
you
party.
guitar picks?
I have two. I have
The
Sick.
There's only 3 people in that band, right? So
No, it's not Billy Joel. They have 2 guitars now, so it's not as cool, you know, because like whatever. But he was still cool. You know, he's still in Green Day, so
yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Was that the like? Was that your favorite show that you guys have played so far? That one you just played?
Or
It
the
was
German show.
Absolutely.
The
Yeah,
most
it's
fun.
like pretty
Yeah.
neck and neck.
Yeah.
It was the most fun I've had like after a show because we usually play with like a random assortment of bands, not like punk band kind of or like same energy, you know. And I just know their shit, and so I was like singing along and stage diving and moshing and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's the best time ever.
Well, they're like legitimately one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
No, it's
to open
hilarious.
for them and have that adrenaline and then get to watch them for free at any like you could go
No,
anywhere.
not for free. We get paid to watch.
Right. But you get to go in the VIP, not VIP, but you can go backstage, you can go anywhere just to see them and like hang out with them after. Like it's like a
It was
like a mind fuck.
exhilarating.
Like, really, that's awesome.
Dude, it was so funny because
That
we
is
were
really
like
cool.
talking to Amy, who's the main girl in their band or whatever, and I was like, I didn't even know what to say because like I'm a fan of them. I'm obviously a huge fan of Amy though, and so I was like, oh, like you guys sound amazing, great set, and I just felt so dumb because I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know, like my favorite bands, no shit, it was good, I don't know.
But what do you say to your favorite band?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
literally
So
don't.
nice.
Being like,
though.
thank you
Thank
so
you so
much
much.
for
Yeah,
having
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
They're all so sweet.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Such sweethearts.
We went to a bar the next night with them and like just like hung out, and they're like the coolest motherfuckers ever.
You opened for them before, right? Am I?
No, we put
played
an
their
after
after
party. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we caught them after their set. This is one thing you gotta just do it, no shame, you know. And we
Yeah.
were like, please come watch us, like please come watch us.
Oh.
And they saw us and we weren't that good then. They're like, oh yeah, cool. And like she followed us on Instagram and stuff. And I think they were just keeping tabs, kind of. And we're
We
like,
didn't have any music. I don't
yeah,
think.
yeah, that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of sick because like right after we dropped our album, they DM'd us like that day, and we're like, "You want to come to LA and play a show?" And we're like,
Yes.
"Yeah, the
Yes,
fuck,
We do.
yeah."
Was that
That's cool.
you mean when you dropped Teeth? The
Yeah.
new album? Okay. Because like Revenge of Evangeline, that was considered an E EP.
Yeah, it was recorded in like 3 days. No, like not even to a click. It's good. It's just not like I think our sound is more definitely Teeth.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was just making sure, like when
Yeah.
you said drops your album, that you were
Well, I think they heard
referring
that,
to Teeth.
and they were like, "Let's give them another one." And then we dropped Teeth, and yeah, next day it was cool.
How do you guys record? You guys switch instruments and stuff live, right?
Mhm.
So like, do you guys all just record whatever, or how does that work?
Is it whoever comes up with the part for that
Yeah,
particular
but
song?
we do it to a click, so we can just do it by piece. Yeah. So like whoever's playing drums or whatever on that track can just play drums for the track, and then we usually do all of like the drums and the bass or whatever in like a day, and then the next day we'll do whatever. Like we did fucking like 2 days, like 2 full days of guitar for me, which was that was like a lot because I was just trying to find like the perfect tone,
Yeah.
especially for Grip, just like the first song off the album. I took so long to find the tone, but I got it and I like it. And then, yeah.
You mentioned Tony Iommi before, and like honestly, that's my favorite thing about Black Sabbath is like the guitar tone.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's insane. It's like so much better, but it's like super simplistic.
Mhm.
Very
Oh,
simplistic, just
totally.
like a fuzz, but the fuzz is better. And I don't know what he's doing, but it's like a better fuzz.
No,
than
even
everyone
his
else.
solos and stuff are like so simple in a way. It's just, you know,
Okay,
a lot of hammer-ons, whatever. Like that's just his style. But he just, I don't know,
Fingertips.
he just makes it. And yeah,
The lack
They got
thereof.
cut off in the sheet metal factory.
yeah, and he's
When he
like
was
wooden.
a child.
Why was he in a sheet metal factory?
Because he was young and British.
It's what they do.
They do.
Sheet metal.
The kids
Yeah.
don't go to school, they go sheet metal. Sheet metal school.
I really do wonder if like those things mattered, like how he sounded. Like it had to, right? Like their little
Yeah.
caps and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a shitload about
Probably
him.
probably sound like way heavier. I think.
Yeah.
Just like it doesn't even have to
Take
like
one
press
for
as
the
hard,
team.
It'll sound just grittier. Yeah.
Take one.
Yeah.
All right, fucking jam myself with a knife at
Those
work.
fingies.
So since you guys brought up Teeth, I just wanted to talk like, how did you guys record to get that energy? I listened to an interview with Fontaine's DC, and I guess for them it was like, awesome band, yeah,
Seriously?
Wait,
rad band.
didn't one of them date Kate Moss?
This I don't know. I didn't come up in the interview,
Wait, what were you saying?
but they struggled because they were an awesome live band and they struggled getting it on the record.
Yeah.
Fontaines DC was an Austin live band.
No, they were an awesome live band.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They from Ireland.
Josh's
Little known
pronunciation.
fact
Whoa, I'm
from
going
right down the
crazy.
street.
Yeah.
Their accent, it doesn't make any sense. But it's just,
We should start putting an accent.
Oh, we're gonna. Because there's this one movie where they're like make this like joke, and this like fake band. They're like, "Oh, that's back when we were an American band." So we're
Oh,
gonna
I
do
think
that.
that's the rocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all
Oh,
seen
The
Walk
Rocker.
Hard?
Yeah.
Okay, they haven't.
Oh, yeah,
You need to. Sorry,
It's a good
what
one.
were you asking?
You
how
tried
we
to ask this
how we,
question,
it was a
we've
good
derailed
question.
it
I'm
several
lost. I have
times.
no
How
idea
do
where
we
we're at.
record our live interviews?
Well,
How
it's
you
just like
asking?
the
Like
Fontaines DC was a rad live band, and they were so energetic. And every time they tried to record with somebody, it just came off flat and dull. And they tried to like do all these things like that you would do with a normal band in a recording studio, and it just wasn't working for them. It wasn't their sound live. So Dan Carey saw them play live, and then he's like, "I'll produce you, and we'll get this sound," because he was in love with how they sounded live. I saw you guys play the other night. It sounds so much like that on the track. I feel like you guys really did a great job of capturing that energy. And so I wanted to ask, like, who produced your album, and like, how did you feel about like what the decisions made in that?
Kevin Butler produced it. It's all paid for by Try Hard Coffee. And something we did to recreate the sound was all the bass and drum parts were done at the same time.
Okay. So
they
the
would
rhythm's
play
there.
drum.
The
Yeah,
groove
the
is
rhythm
there.
was like, yeah.
For some of the songs at first, I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get it. It was like very stressful. I was sweating.
Yeah, Slater.
But
Oh my god, that was a
once
bitch
we
to get.
started moving around, like if I did a little jig,
Mhm.
it helped to recreate that live energy.
That there's something to that. When we record like the main guitar and drums together. And I feel like just building on that solid groove is really helpful, rather than, you know, a lot of people do it to just a click or some artificial drums, and then they'll put real drums in later. But I think there's something to be said about starting with a groove that already sounds good. If you just played the bass and drum track by itself, you're already like, this sounds fun. This sounds cool. Did you guys find that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the music also doesn't permit you to be like unenergetic.
Sure.
Like I couldn't play my parts without like putting in some breaking a sweat, you know,
Right.
personally.
But like, I'm sure you guys had like 4 tracks where you did it well, but there was like a track where you're like, this is the
No,
the
yeah,
best one.
vocals are definitely hard for me at least to do like how I
It's
do it
very
live.
awkward 'cause you can like hear everything you're doing, and you're
Yeah.
just like in a room by yourself, and they're like, put in the amount of energy you do on a stage, and you're like, I don't know like, where to harness that from right now, but you know,
I clench my butt.
she does clench her butt. I like to hold my guitar whenever I sing because I do that like when I'm on stage. It just
Mhm.
feels more comfortable. 'Cause I'm just like, I don't know where to put my hands.
yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit of muscle memory.
On
if you
my
can trick
butt,
yourself.
obviously.
Yeah.
Should have
That
thought of
helps,
that
yeah.
sooner.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you guys went into it with that mindset. Did you feel like I mean, sorry, the guy, who did you say produced your album?
Kevin
Kevin
Butler. He
Butler.
produced my
Kevin
dad's
Butler.
first album too.
Okay.
Like
But we didn't know that.
Yeah,
that
So-
wasn't a
We
nepotism
didn't bring
thing.
him in,
This
yeah.
wasn't a part of the decision.
No, my dad's in like a shitty like or not shitty. Whoa, I
Wait a
meant
second.
small. I meant small.
Damn, family slander.
No, we're gonna spend a good 10 minutes on that
Say
segment.
that.
I think.
My dad is
We're gonna
in a-
email it to your dad.
That's in a shitty.
No, my dad is my greatest inspiration. I mean, their music is
Their music is transcendent, I swear.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay, I just said that because his friends from his hometown make fun of him because it's like dad rock. It's not like whatever. He's just in like a small dad rock band. It's just his friends or whatever. And they wanted to make an album, and they just like paid this guy to make it, and that was him. And he's like made himself a career or whatever. And yeah, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, how'd you guys connect with him? Is that how you connected with him?
No, the person who was paying for it, Try Hard, he just like found a producer.
John French.
Shout
That's
out
the
John
best.
French.
You
That's
can-
cool that you guys connected with him. You're just sponsored. It reminds me of like skaters or something.
It's a
Yeah.
handshake deal, though. It's very much. He's just a really great guy that wants to see other people succeed. in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, he's
He
great.
really is just the
Amazing.
best.
That's cool.
He owns Try Hard Coffee, and it's a great coffee.
We have our own coffee too.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that on the way over. You guys have your own coffee.
They like spin vinyls all day in the shop. It's like a super
Everyone
cool.
Really?
go to Try Hard Coffee.
Get our vinyls
Try Hard
in March.
This isn't an ad.
This is an ad.
Wait,
We are getting vinyls pressed though, and they're gonna be available in March. So everyone
And you
should
can buy them at
that.
Try Hard Coffee.
Try our coffee.
Yeah.
Was it hard to get vinyl? Like, because right now, like,
Yeah, we were supposed to get it earlier, I think, but then he was like, I'm going to put you on the studio again, and we'll just get it later. And we were like, okay. And then we made the better
Yeah,
album.
it's gonna be a double album.
so he just like found you guys, like saw your show
He
or
saw one
something.
of our earlier shows, too.
Okay, and then he
we
reached
were,
out to you.
we were bad, and then he was still like, I want to help these people.
Cool. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Well, so when I met Kate the other night, she told me to not ask the boring questions, and she said
Yeah, you've
ask
been doing a
weird
good
questions. So I wrote some weird questions.
Okay,
I say
perfect.
boring questions only.
Good.
Weird question, just fire round. What's up with the cockroach drawer?
I plead the fifth.
Its mother should have a word.
There's not much explanation to it. I really hate cockroaches.
Okay.
Like
So you collect
really.
them.
So I
Preface it
I
with that.
collect them like a maniac a little bit. But
Cockroaches.
I watched the
fingernail
Jeffrey
jar.
Dahmer show, and I've wanted to get rid of the drawer ever since. It's making me feel a little crazy.
But it's still here.
I don't
Yes, it
clean
is.
it out. It's gross.
It's like
Short
when you
answer
sign
is
an
yes.
NDA
Yes.
Okay. So garden gnomes. Thoughts?
That's makes you. It means that you want to have a threesome.
A
Wait,
garden gnome
really?
does?
Yeah.
That and pineapples.
I thought it was
Ava's
a pineapple
mom
thing.
taught us
Yeah.
that.
My mom taught me both of those.
I used to really like Romeo and Juliet, the movie.
It's a good movie. It holds
They're really
up.
cute though.
It's
I like them.
solid.
I guess I'll have to have a
I'm more
conversation.
of a fan
No
of troll
No
dolls,
opinion on
but-
Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, troll dolls
Or
are
about
cool.
Or
garden
gnomes.
gnomes. I have no feelings towards gnomes.
Okay. Neutral.
I'm a little shaken because my grandma has one, and so you guys have put a light onto that. And
Lots of
now
old people.
I look
And
at my
now she's
grandma
looking
and
for
get
a
To swing.
threesome. But shh, it's okay.
Okay. She has an unnatural amount of
What's your
garden
grandma's
gnomes.
name?
So many.
What's an instrument you don't know how to play? And then what is one song that you would like to know how to play on that just magically?
Banjo, Enter Sandman.
Okay.
Perfect answer.
Yeah.
You didn't even take a breath. You just knew it right away.
I know that I want to play the accordion, but I don't know.
That is a cool.
I want to play the sitar, but I don't
Sitar,
know
also
any
cool.
song. I mean, they're just sitar music. That's it.
Didgeridoo. We're gonna play the
We're not supposed to say
didgeridoo.
that.
Is that bad?
That's a didgeridoo.
Oh, it's an Australian instrument.
No, yeah.
Australians.
Yeah, some guy came to my elementary school and played it for us.
Really?
It was really sick. Yeah,
were good at it?
I was in the first grade. Yeah, it was awesome.
Our elementary school.
Our elementary school.
What elementary
yeah.
school did you go to?
Davis.
Davis Dolphins.
I also need to take drum lessons. It makes me go insane that I can't play the drums. You know, I know I need to focus on playing guitar, and I would play not Iron Maiden. I would play Iron Man by Black Sabbath. Like I want to do it all like I play every single instrument on that song just because it would be cool.
like Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely want to know how to play bass in like any Thundercats.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
yeah.
really play bass, like fucking funky. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I can play a roommate on bass, but I want to, yeah.
I was just I'm
be like
curious. My roommate in college, he said he wanted to, if he could just magically play guitar, he would play Sultan of Swing.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah, Martin Knopfler, great guitarist.
Yeah. Shelby, I'll pose it to you.
What song would I?
Or just any instrument, any song.
I don't know. I've been thinking about the accordion ever since she said that. Or
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
I would do
some
accordion.
Texas tornado song, maybe. I don't know.
I think I would do accordion for one of our songs, so I had like a reason to play it on stage.
That'd be cool.
That'd be good for German Fest.
It
they
would
eat
have
that.
been at the German
Jesus,
Museum.
don't want me for something.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Nirvana.
Don't want me for
Chris Novoselic.
something.
Show me.
Show me. Sorry,
I really want to use that clip of you guys singing ABBA earlier somewhere in here because that
just throw it in like
Enter
randomly.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
perfect.
Yeah.
I wrote this one sometimes when I'm writing lyrics, especially like if I'm thinking like what's memories, what's going on. I'll have like this memory where I'm like, did that even happen? Because it's like such an odd thing to like even have happened that yeah, it's a comes up in therapy a
I'm
lot.
sorry, man.
No. I was just asking, is there something like a bizarre story that's like happened to somebody that to you
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't even like really remember like if it's real or not.
Our whole
yeah,
fucking life this past year is like ridiculous.
that's true.
Hey, we're a band. Also, this is our podcast. I hope you're enjoying it. Our band sounds like this.
You like that? Great. Check us out on Spotify and everywhere else you get music. Back to the show.
One time, Chloe and I haunted each other. It was terrifying. We haunted each other. I wore her rosary once, and the next morning we haunted each other. And my ghost convinced her to break up with her boyfriend.
It was so weird. It was the strangest thing in my life. I gave Ava my rosary, and I woke up at 5:55 in the morning, and Ava was sitting on the end of the bed, and I broke her with my boyfriend.
And at 5:55, I woke up because apparently Chloe saw me sitting on the end of the bed. And she goes, "Ava," and she says it in this weird ass way. Ava. And I hear
That's how you
like
want to be waking.
I was like,
you know.
I had work pretty soon, so I was like kind of awake, but I just hear Ava like right over me, and I was like, "What the fuck, Chloe?"
Yeah, it was really, really weird.
It was weird.
That is weird. Okay. And that's a
I
pretty good
don't
way to break up
remember
with a boyfriend.
showering our last night of LA, but I did.
Oh, one time I was
And I
walking through a
interrupted it.
forest,
She did interrupt.
and a bunch of people in white cloaks were walking around, and it was like really freaking me out.
This really happened?
This really
Oh.
happened when I was like in high school. I was walking with like a friend somewhere, and we immediately like got in the car and left. But
Yeah,
It
that's
One
good.
time
very
I was
surreal.
walking around in a forest wearing a white cloak with a bunch of friends in high school. And I saw someone get in their car and leave.
That one's pretty
Wait, that
horrifying,
wasn't
honestly.
good. Can you take that out? I feel like that's bad and I shouldn't have said it.
Nope, we keep everything. That's a
White
rule.
cloaks.
It was actually a navy blue cloak. That doesn't have any affiliation with anything.
Oh,
does
It was
it?
a Harry. She was cosplaying Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
It was a black
Okay.
cloak with little
Also,
red
my
stripes.
dad's band is not shitty. He's just a metal guitarist, and he's playing in a dad rock band. So it's just ironic.
you're gonna
as well.
cut both of
and
those
you're
things
cutting
out.
both of those things. 'Cause we're
you're
not-
also cutting out the
very good at
cockroach
this.
drawer answer.
yeah, they can't know.
No.
Come on, no one can know I'm responsible.
No. Just keep leaving the.
yeah, just leave it now.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Sure. Be easy editing. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for doing this for us, and like you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for doing this with us, and you guys have had just a crazy year, and I just am excited to see where you guys go. I mean, do you guys just like kind of shocked? I mean, on one hand, it's kind of crazy that you dropped out of college. Like it sounds crazy, but if you're living this life right now and having these experiences and these like opportunities, it's like a no-brainer kind
I
of,
don't
right?
want
I
to
know.
spill what's happening because we aren't secured yet, but we are going on like 3 tours as of now. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh shit.
Aaron's doing her job.
Well,
Think about
I
that.
mean, I think that if I decided to not do this and go through school and be an adult, like a regular adult, I'd have serious regrets, especially
Yeah.
if it like blew up,
Yeah.
and I missed out on that.
Me and Chloe
Serious
are
FOMO.
both though very like I don't know. I want to finish school definitely in my life, like at some point for sure.
Right.
And I'm still in school actually. I just go to like ACC, so I just do like community college online. But yeah, I don't know. It would be dumb to not take this opportunity.
100%.
I worked my ass off. To
Yeah,
get
me
into
too.
UT. It was hard, and I felt like a little like, oh god, I'm leaving after I like thought about the school for so long. But UT is not an Ivy League the way that they make it seem, and I have to let that go because this is a lot cooler.
I was gonna ask, like, what was the like reaction to that? Like, I'm assuming you had that conversation with someone from your family, like, hey, I'm gonna quit school. I just want to know.
My dad.
Yeah.
My dad is really funny. He is very supportive. He's a very supportive person, and he makes all the shots. And he got really drunk after our show, after L7, and he goes, "We're selling the house. Chloe's going on tour. You're quitting school. And I don't know where the selling the house part came from, but that's what he said. That's
I
what
just
he
want to
said.
do it.
And so he's been very.
It's time to move on. I don't know.
Anyway, I just want to do it. And so, yeah, it's been actually really good.
That's awesome.
And he's like a huge academic. He's wanted me to go to school, but he also is a audio engineer who
Also, if
wanted
he
to be a
thinks
musician.
we're good, then that's like we might be good because
Yeah.
he used to tell us he would be like, "You guys are shit."
Yeah, you
He'd be
can
like,
trust
You are
him.
so
Really?
out of
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
No, but he'd always say, "But you have it." After all that shit about how much we suck, which we did, he'd say, but you have it. And then he was like, "I want to pay for your recording." And we're
After
like,
a
okay.
show, he'd be like, "You might want to rethink
That
those
didn't end up
harmonies."
He's like,
Damn.
"We already
recorded
really, yeah.
So your dad has a background in, what did you say, audio engineering?
Yeah, I mean, he made flywheels for a really long time, which has nothing to do with audio
Really?
engineering. And
Yeah.
then he actually, I'm gonna give him a little shout out. He just had a big breakthrough with his speaker company. What are they called? Oh, this is not a real shout out.
Her dad's shitty speaker company.
No.
More love for the
God damn
dads.
it. Whatever.
Come on.
It was, they were in the New York Times last week.
No,
What?
dads
that's what
are
he
the
does now.
best. My dad is the reason why we're a band in the first place. That's just true. Sorry, he helped us like get gear, helped us like let us practice it at their house. I just the best. Shout out to my dad. Love him.
My dad also engineered Spoon's first album.
Really?
Yes. Okay, this is enough about my dad.
That's
but
cool.
He's a cool guy. We
Yeah,
all
shout
have
out
really
dads.
awesome dads.
Yeah.
My dad's great.
Yeah.
Kate's dad like moshes at our shows. He's
My dad's a
he's the
silly
biggest
goose.
fan. Yeah.
My dad made us a collage of every poster from every show the last year, and then I cried, and you called me a pussy.
Yeah. Our dads are awesome.
That's so sweet. That's awesome.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I really honestly expected somewhere in there to be some sort of like parent going, maybe school, but no, they're all really
They
supportive.
can't
That's sick.
say that we're not.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No,
yeah, it's
my
clearly
parents
working.
are actually less after this past show. My parents are still a bit like, Ellie, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't understand. I'm flying to LA to open for a band for like 1,500 people, like
Yeah.
in a year. Like, you don't understand that. Or that they do. I think they're just scared. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
fear.
for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But they
Brain
supported
audio.
our- yeah.
Huh?
It's brain audio. Okay.
Brain audio.
Brain audio.
But just like, you
Shout
said
out.
speakers,
Brain
right?
audio.
What?
Like home speakers, or is this like a car thing? Or you said flywheels earlier, so I'm thinking.
No idea.
Okay.
You have to find
Brain
out.
audio.
Good
Yeah.
speakers, though.
Yeah,
I think
good.
it's like BRANE. Okay. Enough of this, but I just needed to get that out.
Well, thank you guys. So we always end the podcast with like a song or two of like what you're inspired by or what you're into right now, like just a song you're into. And so we could just go around the bend really quick if everybody just wants to say a song, or it could just be one song from all of you. It's whatever. We put it on our couch radio playlist.
I'm Scum by Idols. It makes me want to kick my feet.
Idols. Yeah, they're cool.
Perfect.
I don't know, you guys.
Yeah, you could go more
Top of my
into
head.
depth on the
Numb,
goat
but I
font,
still
too.
feel it. Title fight.
Let me
Okay.
look.
Title fight. Cool.
What have I been listening to? Oh.
Fancy by Iggy Azalea.
That's my mom's ringtone.
Wait, I
Still.
can't-
No, it's
That
Yeah.
song
not.
is so good.
Oh my god.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ooh, Constipated Duck, Jeff Beck.
My Journey to the Sky by
R.I.P.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
All right. Well, I mean, that
That's a
really
really
does it
good
unless
one.
someone else
Sister
wants to
was
chime in.
at a
She is the best guitarist ever.
Just
she's
the
cool.
entire Helmet album. In the
Put that
meantime,
entire helmet
it's
album
just
in the
so
end of
good.
this.
I
Icky
keep
Thump
talking
by
about
the
them,
White
but
Stripes.
Do we have
Yeah,
one song
like
that the band can say?
The Gonk.
The
Gong.
Seeing and doing. by
The gong?
The one that we were like.
It's our closer song.
Yeah.
walk-off song.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun
wait.
one. It's by Herb Chaplin, I think. There's
You also have another song.
Oh yeah, Buddha's
Starting to believe, but
You don't need to put it in.
Who was
Okay.
that? What'd you say?
it's Buddha's Delight by Haley Bennett in music and lyrics with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
So far, every
that
time
movie.
we've watched
You've
that,
seen that
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay, no one's seen
It's
that.
our tour
Is that
movie. We
Pop-
watch it every time.
The Sound of My
Pop
Heart.
Goes My
That's
Heart.
Pop
also
Goes
a
My
good
Oh,
Heart.
and Will Schuster
Yeah.
is in it.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Will
Actually,
Shiesty.
so I was trying to learn how to use Logic, and the first song that I ever made on Logic was a remix of Buddha's Delight.
I like that.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore's
There you go.
hilarious in
It's
that.
okay.
She
It's
is
not a-
so
it's not a good-
hot.
It's not a good thing.
I love her.
You should post it.
The best thing I've ever heard. She didn't listen to the song
I
once.
have-
She
I
knew
have
it
Drew
so
I didn't. I
Barrymore's
had it all in my
nudes.
head.
Did you know? Yeah, she did a sheet for Playboy, and my boyfriend got me her Playboy, and so I have her nudes.
Is it not like? Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah.
tasteful.
No, they're tasteful, and she's like so hot. I can't. Ugh, I just love her. I don't know.
Bro.
I want to.
Give her
That's someone I
pitch.
want to meet one day. Drew Barrymore.
Barrymore.
I know. It'd be so
Yeah.
cool.
It's super intimate. And
She
really
cries a
cute.
lot. Yeah. Right.
She cries a lot.
I just feel like every clip I
Let's
see
make
of
her
her is
cry.
like she's
Whatever.
crying. Huh? No, it's not bad.
Yeah,
It's just
it's not bad.
Bucket List Cry with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
that's what it should be called.
I'm gonna
Fuck
cry.
It. Let's cry with
Wait.
Drew Barrymore.
Fuck it.
It's like her.
Does this make
yeah.
you cry? He shouldn't.
Is it your background now?
Yeah. It says dog has a little poopy.
I just
I
can't
love it.
believe.
Okay,
This
I gotta
is for
go.
sure the most off the rails thing that we've
Yeah,
podcasted
there's
about, but I like
there's
it
a usable 20 minutes in
Yeah.
here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know
Have a good time editing.
Yeah, you know
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
I don't know what
Thank
to say.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like the Taz
Wait,
was.
what's your
Silly
podcast?
Johnny.
Couch Radio?
Yeah, Couch Radio.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm a 22-year-old teenage girl.
I've been 21 for 3 years.